Good morning, everyone. We're about to bring you the latest COVID-19 UAE updates. However, if you found this podcast through an article, which so many of you are doing, please hit that subscribe button wherever you get your podcasts so you can get your Dubai news daily. Good morning, Dubai. How are you doing? Welcome back to the Lovin Daily, where I take you through all the trending stories that everyone in Dubai is talking about. What are you doing? Where are you watching from? How are you on this glorious Monday morning? Where's the fog gone? Let us know as always where you're watching from. I always love to flick on Facebook to see your comments on the stories, and I feel like there may be a couple today. We're talking about the latest COVID-19 updates in the UAE. We have vaccine numbers. We have more reports about closures in Oman. We're also be talking about the dancing COVID nurse, and I love this story because it brings a little bit of positivity in all the gloomy COVID updates. We'll also be talking about a home helper who stole $1 million dirham reportedly from her home. Wow, it's a lot of money. And also later on in the show, it's really cool. We have one of our first, so we do interviews on the Lovin Daily quite regularly. And we used to always do the Lovin Show. We always had people in the studio here, but with COVID and regulations, we're being a little bit more cautious and careful. We don't do them as regularly. But now, as the office is kind of more open, we have an interview today in studio, which is super exciting. John Norris from Race Me Events is going to talk to us all about events coming up in Dubai that you could take part in, ones to get you active and healthy. But before we get into that, a quick shout out to Lovin Extra. That is, as you probably know if you're tuning in every single morning, Lovin Dubai's exclusive membership service. You can sign up right now to get access to exclusive content, giveaways. We're always doing good competitions on it and offers. Plus, this very cool Lovin Dubai Eco Water bottle worth 130 dirham. Shout out to the competitions, by the way, because if you're a fan of our Instagram account, or if you use it, you'll know that we do competitions quite regularly. And what we want to do on Extra is, because we know that's something that we're kind of good at, is competitions and giving away stuff, is we're doing more. And obviously there's probably less people following. There's 100% less people following on Extra than there is on our Instagram account, because we have 389,000 followers on Instagram. Do we hit 390? Can't wait to get to 4. But yeah, there's a lot less people on Extra, let me tell you, so your chances of winning are a lot more likely. But you can sign up on Lovin Dubai right now. But we'll jump into our first story, which is a Dubai housekeeper reportedly, so this is ongoing in the courts right now, stole 1 million dirham from her employer. This is a sad story. So the woman is standing trial for taking nearly 1 million dirham. She was a live-in home help. She started working with the family in March. And then there was a case in September where her employer noticed that she'd taken 1,000 dirham. The details are something like there was cash there. The woman in the household was meant to lock it back up or whatever it was. And then I think the father forgot or something. So when they noticed that, they had a word with her and they said, look, please don't steal again, which is and they didn't hand her into the police. But then more recently, there was 760,000 dirham and also 50,000 USD dollars stolen from the house. And reportedly, it was taken by the maid. She took it overnight. They caught up with her and she was actually allegedly planning to flee the company. She had gotten to Ajman. She, however, said she's given the money to someone else and that she was only allowed to keep 5,000 dirham of that. So the reports are a bit shaky, but I just do think reporting it is such a sad story, because who in their right mind would take that amount of money and think that they were going to get away with it?
Especially around 1 million dirhams.
If someone has 1 million dirham in their house, so she actually put the money reportedly into a garbage bag and didn't turn up for work the next day. And it's a tricky one, because you shouldn't steal. I feel like this is like the main, like we have like certain rules to live by.
Yeah.
Stealing is one of them. You don't do it. But at the same time,
surprises me that someone has the courage, the tenacity to do that here.
I mean, that's all of our salaries doubled, tripled, whatever. Everyone's going to notice it. So I just, you just consider where difficult place she might have been in.
Maybe she was forced. You never know.
Or maybe just it was one of those situations where you see a large amount of money and you say, this is it, I'm gone.
Yeah, probably.
But bringing it down to a smaller level, it is interesting, because depending on where you grew up, you may not be used to having kind of people that aren't in your family in your house all the time. And it kind of brings up the trust level between the employer and the employee. And it's just so important to have that trust. And I think it definitely goes both ways. You have to entrust, if you're the employer, the employee, there has to be that trust level, and you have to respect each other. So regardless of who's the employer and who's the employee, and I'm not talking about this story specifically, but there has to be that level of respect regardless of the work they're doing for you. And I think that's just maybe a reminder to all of us to, I don't know. But a lot of money stolen. We'll bring you the verdict of that when it comes through. That's in Dubai courts right now. Moving on, the UAE COVID updates. Residents over 16 years can now take the vaccine. So previously this was 18, but if you have 16, 17-year-olds, it was reported by the NCEMA last night. Citizens above 16 years can now get the vaccine. And as you know, it's available on the DHA app and the SEHA app, what do I say? SEHA app. Over 150 medical facilities in the country are giving the vaccine. So now it's kind of just been elongated. Now, as you know, we're still in phase 1. So priority is going to the elderly people of determination, people with chronic illnesses. But of course, there are walk-ins. A lot of people are talking about walk-ins, Dubai Parks and Resorts. We had it on our Instagram that my mum and my brother went down. And actually, someone actually responded saying, did your mum get the vaccine? So report, 2-3 days later, my mum did get the vaccine and she had a small pain in her arm, which I think is very, very normal when you get any type of jab. They told her to put ice on it. She's feeling 100% fine. My brother, who was with her at the time, he also got it. He's feeling 100% fine. They got the Sinopharm vaccine. They did not have
Pfizer?
They did not have an appointment.
Oh, fine.
But you can do walk-ins there. But because of her status, so like I said, phase 1, there isn't that many people in phase 1 who are rushing down to Dubai Parks. Because of their status, she was allowed to skip the entire queue. Like, I love this. So, you know, she's an elderly woman. She's over 70. Ooh, I was going to say she looks it, but she's going to be watching. You don't look at Mum. You look so young. But she looks lovely. But she's in the age bracket where she's allowed to skip the queue basically. And she just said the service was absolutely fantastic. They were in and out within like an hour. There was a big queue, but because of their VIP status when you're going to get a vaccine, this is Dubai, it's crazy. She was just so fortunate. So if you have someone who is in kind of the age bracket or in phase 1 who still needs to get it, I would fully recommend it. They had a fabulous experience. And also, if you are worried about someone elderly in your home leaving home, we do know that NCEMA announced last week that they're giving priority to elderly people, and soon they will have an at-home vaccine service, which is so amazing. As well as that, in COVID updates, Oman has just closed its borders again, starting from today at 4 p.m. in an effort to curb the spread of COVID-19. So if you're thinking to travel to Oman, you'll need resident status or else you won't get in. And finally, in COVID news, I want to give you a quick recap of the numbers. We're still seeing over 3,000 cases a day, and it's scary because I remember when it was over 1,000 cases a day and we were freaking out, and now for the last week it's been over 3,000. So 3,453 new cases in the UAE in the last 24 hours. Also, even and out a bit, 3,268 new recoveries. The total deaths in the UAE stands at 745. Total confirmed cases is 225,374. Active cases in the UAE now stands at just over 27,000. As well as that, a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. The daily vaccines yesterday, 84,000 people across the country got the vaccine, and over 1.8 million total vaccines have been given out. Wow, it's incredible. And before we get to our interview with John Norris from Race Me Events, finally, this dancing nurse is making COVID patients smile in Abu Dhabi. So yesterday we got the sweetest DM from a patient at a healthcare facility in Abu Dhabi. She's going by RFJ. She tested positive on January 9th. She's since been admitted to a healthcare facility, and she just said isolation is difficult anyway, but of course when you're in a healthcare facility you can't have visitors. It's really hard. And she said she took this video of a nurse who just basically put a smile on her face. It actually made her day. His name is Rodrigo. We have the video on our Instagram if you want to see it. If you're already watching Facebook, you can see it beside me. But it's just that little bit of positivity. Healthcare workers have had it so hard. We think we've had a hard year. Imagine being in the face of the virus every single day and going home to loved ones. Are you smiling at the video?
I love this guy already.
I know, it's so cute. And he just keeps like, oh, I don't have his moves, but come on, it's great.
He's on a vibe even at work, you know?
We're so lucky to come to work today in our environment. You know, we're socially distanced. we're not staring COVID in the face every single day and then having to go home to loved ones. And so the healthcare community who have done that for the last 6 months, we always say, it's been said time and again, they're the heroes of the COVID story. But then when you see this positivity and the effort to put a smile on someone's face, it's just so nice. So well done, Rodrigo, if you ever see this. You probably won't, but well done. Okay, that's it. After the break, we'll be joined by John Norris from Race Me Events. So we're going to hear about all of the big races coming up in Dubai this year in the coming months, and also why it's actually a great idea for you to take part. So stay tuned. Lovin Extra is here. This is the new membership, and while absolutely nothing changes for our readers, extra members get access to premium content, exclusive competitions, and first look for tickets and access to the coolest events across the city, and Lovin merch. If you subscribe right now, a very cool Lovin Red Eco Water bottle will be delivered to your door. Hey guys, thanks for waiting. Welcome back to the show on the Lovin Daily. Right now, we are joined in studio by John Norris. Is it founder of Race Me Events?
No, not founder. I guess head of operations. We make sure everything happens, everyone's safe, everyone's happy, they have a good race. Founded about 7 years ago by Chris Bergliner and also Roy Nasser at the time. Roy's a famous triathlete here who was integral in creating the community Try Dubai, which is world famous. Unfortunately, Roy had a car accident and passed away. So we now host the annual Roy Nasser Memorial Triathlon, which kicks off the season here in Dubai for triathletes. That's normally around the beginning of October. So the company was founded by Chris and Roy. And then after Roy's departure, Paul Venn then came in, and now Chris and Paul are the founders and running partners of the business.
It's cool. What I think is so great about Race Me Events is that you are doing so much. Like there's constantly events happening going on. But just for people who may not have an idea, can you just give a quick summary of what Race Me Events actually is?
Yeah, so we traditionally offer swimming, biking, and running events here in Dubai. So anything related to those three sports is what we've been running and activating over the last few years. Now we're diversifying more, opening up the doors. We've seen so many people in the last 12 months want to get fit and active and healthy, and that's really wonderful. Something that we want to build on going forward. And as a result, we're starting to put more and more events on, community events, free events, paid run events, half marathons here in Dubai. So if you can swim and you can bike and you can run, you should definitely check out Race Me and see what we're doing here. The season in Dubai is very small, so we try and cram a lot into those 4 or 5 months. But it's a lot of fun, and we see a lot of people smiling, and that's the main thing. Yeah,
it's all about getting active. And you said earlier about safety, and what stuck out to me was, let's say last year, and I hate to use the phrase new normal, but last year after COVID, you were probably the first. I noticed you were doing a mall run. It was a community mall run, a lot of fun, and you're probably one of the first places that I saw actually kind of kicking off with something new in the post-COVID life. How did you kind of start that up again, and what's kind of the mindset of people getting involved in that?
Well, the first thing, and I have to take my hat off and thank Dubai Sports Council. Without them, we wouldn't be able to host events here in Dubai. It's such an honor and a privilege to be in the city and have it open to be able to have these events.
Yeah, 100%.
So they were very keen to help the communities get back together and be fit and active and healthy. So with them, and even to Mall, we opened up the first Mall Run series. We were planning on having one through that period of summer anyway, but just with the way last year turned out, we weren't able to have events. But this last one at the end of September, I think it was, we had the Ibn Battuta Mall Run. We had over 1,000 people register for the event.
It's amazing.
Well, unfortunately, we couldn't have 1,000 people as we were just getting back into, as you say, the new normal and knowing what we could and could not do. Dubai Sports Council were very helpful in making sure that we stuck to all of their rules and guidelines, which they'd taken from around the world to implement here in Dubai and make sure that everyone stayed safe. So we limited our numbers to that event. We only had a couple of hundred people in the mall to be safe, to get people moving and show and prove to not only the world, but also with Dubai Sports Council, that events are feasible here in the UAE, and it is something that we can do as a community. And when I say community, I mean the whole people of Dubai. We can do it safely and we can do it responsibly and make sure that we do adhere to the rules and regulations. And I think it's a testament to every other event organizer here that has followed those rules, and we continue to have great, amazing events.
100%. I'll say it time and time again, how lucky we are to be in Dubai at this time when these events are happening. But talk to me about the mindset of the community who are interested in getting involved. Do they have a lot of questions beforehand, or are they simply like, I just want to get active. I've been cooped up for a while. I want to get healthy and I just want to take part in something fun.
Good question. I think that it's very split. You have the regular athletes that train and perform and go to events around the world.
The Richards of the world who's outside right now.
Richard is been at many of our events, and he's generally first over the finish line. But you have these individuals who are very keen to continue their training. It's a way of life. It's a part of life. And then we have a lot of other people who, through the early 2020 period, took to exercise to help with the boredom, to help with being cooped up in their houses. And just look behind us. There's a lot of flats here. Not everybody has outdoor active space, and those people want to get out and they want to be busy. And what we've seen is a huge drive for running events because everyone can do it. Everyone has a pair of trainers. If you're sitting here watching and you've never done one, you can just get out, walk around the block. That's where it starts. It's so easy. And then you develop and you progress. And then all of a sudden you're running 5K and you think, yeah, I actually want to run with other people and do a competition. So you do your first 5K event and then you move into a 10K event. And before you know it, you're doing a half marathon.
Well, I mean, that's literally how I started. I did that couch to potato app at the start. So it was 0 to 5K. And then once you do that, then you start doing the races and you feel more comfortable. Let's say, for example, there's someone who's interested. They've done the couch to 5K or they want to just get involved in races. What do you have coming up in the next couple of months?
Well, we have our first big event of this year, which will be the Dubai Canal Run on the 26th of February. That's a 5-10K event around the canal area, just down in the the Dubai Business Bay area. And then after that, we have the Palm Run, so the CBD Commercial Bank of Dubai Run on the Palm. So we'll be there on the 12th of March.
And there's big prize money for that one, if I'm not
Yes,
mistaken.
there is. There's a lot of prize money on the table. So it's a half marathon event, which means it's 21.1 kilometers. And Commercial Bank of Dubai have sponsored the event, and they've also put up 21.1 thousand dirhams worth of prize money for the event. So we're very excited about that, and we hope we're going to see a lot of the not only regular athletes, but a lot of the newer athletes as well. It's open to everybody. It's not just an event for seasoned athletic individuals.
Yeah.
We much prefer to have the families come down. Personally, my favorite race are the kids. We normally have 100, 150 kids coming and doing those events, and seeing their faces when they come over the line is priceless. So again, even if you're not a runner, we love having people to the events. So spectating is always feasible, and of course having Lovin Dubai post the images and using your Instagram and social at the events is another great way to sort of spread the word about what's going on in Dubai.
Yeah, well, I mean, we were down at the Santa Run before Christmas, and the response to that was huge. We were getting so many DMs being like, why do we not know about this in advance? I was like, we talked about it on the show, but it's that type of people hear about these after, so that's why it's great to have you on the show now.
It's Santa Run's one of my favorite, and for those that don't know, it's an event at the Dubai Festival City, and we give everyone a Santa beard, a hat, and a Santa shirt. So we had about 600-700 Santas running around Dubai Festival City.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was
a good
great.
Annual race. Quick question about maybe vaccines, because people talk about maybe the future of air travel. You'll have to be potentially, they may ask for, have you been vaccinated? And then I look at kind of big events in Dubai. Is that something that you've considered to, in future, maybe see if people have been vaccinated before they take part? Is that something as events guys you've looked at?
It's definitely come up as a question, and we've kicked it around in the office and discussed the merits and the positives and the negatives. And obviously, we will always follow the Dubai Sports Council guidelines on this, and it's something that we, I think, as a society and obviously culture, need to look at very carefully. Me personally, I'm going to try and go get vaccinated this afternoon. I'm very keen to get that done, and I know that the vaccination program is being rolled out here in Dubai. Race Me take the COVID guidelines and regulations very seriously. At all the events, we maintain 2-meter distancing. We do temperature checks, even though they're not regulated at the moment into public areas. We still do those. We have race waivers at the triathlons, making sure that everybody that do come to the event are we protect them as safely as we can. So personally, I think vaccination is a good idea. I think we're going to get to that point at some time that we will have to have a vaccination to be able to do many things and move around within the world, i.e., like you said, air travel. At the moment, we don't require a vaccination for the events, but certainly I think at some point it may well play a part.
Interesting. No, it's really cool to chat to you because basically I know that people who go to your events love them. And if you're going to one, you're probably going to 12 or 13 or however many, you're going to a lot during the year. So I hope that this conversation maybe opens it up to more people who are interested in taking part in fun runs, community runs, and everything you've got coming up. Next one on the agenda, if people want to get involved in the triathlon at Deer Islands, how do they get involved? Is it sold out?
We're close. We've got a few spaces. I mean, it's incredible. The triathlons are so popular, and you know, again, not everyone can.
It's a huge community in Dubai.
It is, and
it's a small but very intense big community.
What we're seeing, Kate, is team events. So just because you don't have a bike or you're not a fan at running, you can come as a team. So you can find some people at Lovin Dubai. I'm more than happy to have you as my guest. 3 people or 2 people. Looking over here.
It's funny when we get invited to things and we rope people in, and Ali's just like, no.
Not me. No, I'm not. No, it's such a fun thing.
That's cool.
We have team events at all of our triathlons. We've got the Deer Islands. So it's a swim, bike, run, a sprint, super sprint, Olympic distances, and those are, you can find out all of that information on our website, what those distances are. So if you have a friend, a work colleague, come down, put a team entry in. We do that at all of the events. We have the JLL Property Triathlon on, which is coming up as well after Dira, and we're very much promoting team events at that event. So yeah, I'd love to have a Lovin Dubai team come down. 2 or 3 of you get involved.
Noted. Well, we have Rich for sure because he goes to everything, and I'm a bit of a 50-50 maybe.
Having Rich in your team is cheating. He could do the whole thing on his own and still win.
Yeah, but you know what it's like being on the team, so you all have to pull our weight.
Yeah.
No, that's cool. So there's a lot going on. You can find more about it on Race Me Events, Instagram, your website.
Yeah, so raceme.ae, and then our Instagram is Race Me Events. So we're very keen to open up these sports to new people. So if you're new at it, you've got questions, drop us a live chat or an email to the office, info@raceme.ae. And we're more than happy to talk you through, hold your hand, help you make sure that you're doing the right thing in the right way. But for us, the simplest thing, come to a fun run. The more run series that we've run in the past, the Cigna Health events that are planned in the future, all of these are free. They're open to the public. Just have a look on our website at the next event, and then come along, meet the team, meet the guys, and I'm sure by next year you'll be doing a half marathon with us.
I love that positivity. On that note, guys, that is it from us and the Lovin Daily. Thank you so much, John Norris from Race Me Events, for joining us in the studio. See you tomorrow morning, same time, same place. Bye-bye. Guys, that is a wrap for the Lovin Daily. We are back same time, same place every weekday morning. And of course, don't miss the Lovin Show every Tuesday where I chat with Dubai personalities. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and have a great day.